You're wondering if it's possible to get pregnant if you had sex 1 or 2 days before your period started. And perhaps your period hasn't been the same as normal. Perhaps it's been a bit lighter and you're wondering if that's possible at all. So I'm going to help you out in this video with a few things that you need to know so that you can work things out for yourself. Because if you are currently just a few days after those days that you had sex, then it will be way too early for any pregnancy test to show positive. Okay, let's go to the first thing that you really need to know. Can you get pregnant or not 1 to 2 days before your period? Well, it all depends if you were fertile or not around that time. When you ovulate, your egg will stay alive for around 24 hours from the point that it is released. Secondly, it is very possible to ovulate so late on in your cycle. Not all of us ovulate at the average midpoint of our cycle. Some of us ovulate much earlier, some of us ovulate much later on in our cycles. What are the signs of ovulation? How do you know if you were ovulating, if you were fertile, if you weren't tracking your ovulation? One of the telltale signs of ovulation is when you have egg white cervical mucus. So your discharge really looks like the white of an egg. Now this is normally a very clear sign for most women that they are around their time of ovulation. So those are 3 things that you need to consider. So could you have got pregnant or not? Did you bleed anyway? If you bled anyway like normal, you still could be pregnant. Many women don't think that they're pregnant because they've had what seemed like a normal period-like bleeding, and then it was only a few weeks later that they've realised that things are feeling a bit different and they've taken that pregnancy test. So how are you going to know if you bled normally? Well, from the point of having sex, it will take a few days, maybe 6 to 8 days, for a fertilized egg to then travel down into your womb lining and implant. So remember, during your period, if your egg has just been released, that it's still traveling down your fallopian tube. And it could be that the sperm from the sex is still up in your fallopian tubes as well. So if it gets stored right up the top and then your egg gets released a couple of days later, then it is possible that it gets fertilized and implants in your womb lining towards the end of your period. Everything is possible. So you would need to wait at least 6 to 8 days after that point of having sex before you can take a pregnancy test. I really recommend waiting that little bit longer, so at least 8 days, in order for you to get some kind of accurate result. How else are you going to notice? Well, other ladies have also reported that they had sex shortly before their period, and then their period was really, really light, not normal at all. So could that have influenced things? Does your body already know that it's pregnant before a fertilized egg even implants in your womb lining? I personally believe that your body does know, because during my own pregnancy journey, I just knew I was pregnant before any test could show a positive for me. I felt the changes in my body. I felt the energy of those changes. I felt motherly. I really felt like a different person. And I truly believe that when an egg gets fertilized, the energy that gets given off from this fertilized egg gets sent around our bodies way before it actually connects in with our womb lining and our blood flow, and that the hormones flow into our blood flow. There is something energetic that takes place. So check out my video around 12 really different early signs of pregnancy and see if you recognize some of those symptoms in yourself. Those are going to be really helpful for you at this really early stage. And I also recommend that you watch my video around implantation. What does implantation feel like? Because that's really good to get to know. That's a sign that you need to be looking out for in your womb. So really connecting in with your womb over these next few days, placing your hands over your womb, closing your eyes and really breathing into your body and listening in to see if you can connect in and feel sensations in your womb, really connecting with her. And the next important thing is to start tracking ovulation. If you weren't pregnant this time around, start tracking your ovulation. You can either use an app or you can mark it in your calendar. I have a video which describes natural signs of ovulation. Get used to your body. Start really tuning into your body, knowing your clear signs of ovulation when it happens, so that you know whenabouts in your cycle you normally ovulate, if it's early, middle, or perhaps just before your period, that you can then be more sure around if it's safe or not to have unprotected sex if you're not looking to get pregnant, or if that's the date to go for if you are looking to get pregnant. I really hope this has helped you today. Take care. Bye for now.